Lovely Aquarians, this is the horoscope for you for 2015. If you are sun sign Aquarian or you are a rising or ascendant sign Aquarian, then please stay tuned. We're looking at your horoscope from January 2015 through to December 2015 and what 2015 holds for you. Now you can get in contact with me directly if you wish to using the website, which is www.gordonrobertspiritmedium.co.uk, which is appearing along the bottom of the screen, or it should be if the electrics are working well. Right, okay, let's crack on. What does 2015 hold for you, all you lovely Aquarians? Well, first of all, let me say it has been a bit of a journey to get you here in the beginning of 2015, and you know your ruling planet, which is Uranus, has been sat down there in your third house, trying to get expansion, trying for you guys to really communicate out what it is that you want. Now Aquarius, you are probably the most wonderful sign as far as freedom is concerned within the whole Zodiac. And you know, you like to think out of the box, you like to think off the wall, you don't like to be tied into a particular situation, you're very free thinkers. So what is 2014, where is it coming from for you? Well, 2014 and probably a little bit beyond, it's been a little bit of a tricky time. I'm going to start with Saturn, which is the great teacher, and I feel this is really what is needed for you Aquarius, because that has been sat in your 10th house, which is the house of ambition, and not only is it the house of ambition, it's also up there with Scorpio. Now the two combined together, you like to do things on your own terms, you don't really like to be told what to do, you like the flexibility, but you do like the appreciation of other people. Now when Saturn sits in your 10th house, it's trying to teach you about ambition, which it's sort of at loggerheads. The main key thing for you Aquarius is all about confidence. Providing you feel that you can achieve something and it looks worthwhile, then you tend to go for it and you give it a lot more gusto than if you're told to go and do something and because you're told that it's going to be beneficial. That doesn't really work with you. Now the important thing here, the key thing I want to talk to you about is Saturn, as we go past Christmas, moves and changes sign. It comes out of this 10th house with all the targets and where we want to go and etc, moves into your 11th. Now when it's in your 11th, it's in a very strong position. It's strong in the 10th, but for you Aquarius, I feel it's stronger in the 11th because this controls the area of confidence. This controls the area of friendships. It controls the area of networking. It controls the area of hope, fear. How am I feeling? And when it moves in there and goes into expansive Sagittarius, this is fire, your air, the two go together hand in hand. It's almost like a weight being lifted off your shoulders. Now it's all very well having a weight lifted off your shoulders, but we're not one to sit back and you know, sip the champagne and let nothing happen, because there's work that needs to be done here. Now the other interesting area that is highlighted for you, there are a couple of solar eclipses as we go through, solar and lunar eclipses, I call them eclipses. There's some eclipses as we go through 2015 which have a bit of bearing with you, but also you have this other expansive planet which is Jupiter, and Jupiter is sitting in your 7th house, and this is to do with relationships. Now again, this is quite an exciting year and quite a paced year, I would say, for you, and there's decisions to be made. Now when Saturn moves into your 11th house, it's actually lighting the fire, ticking the box, saying to you, now we can make some progress, now we can make some move forward. What areas are we going to be moving in? Certainly we're going to be moving in relationships, and that can be, when I talk of the 7th house is the reflection of the first. So the first house is all to do with you, is to do with how your makeup, how you see yourself, you personally, how you shine to other people. How you project yourself. The 7th house is how you project out to other people, how they see you, and also it looks at long-term relationships as well. Now, with expansive Jupiter, Jupiter is a giver. Jupiter is the Father Christmas, really, of the universe, of the zodiac. Now, when that comes into your 7th house, it creates what is known as opportunity. It creates plenty. This is going to be, this is the bit where the tap is going to be switched on and left on. So, if it was in your 2nd house, we do with money, you'd have money coming out your ears. If it's in relationships, it's relationships coming out of your ears. So the focus is on relationships. It's plenty. But you need to control that, because Jupiter really sits at home in the 9th house. And the reason it sits at home in the 9th house, because it's the only house we can't get enough of, and that's to do with knowledge. Every other house you can be swamped. So if you have too many relationships, you get bored of them. If you have too much money, you can get bored of it. But you can never get bored of too much knowledge. Now, the knowledge area is highlighted really with an eclipse with you. And knowledge, and also how to activate a situation, really go hand in hand. Now, the other area that is highlighted for you is the 8th house. Now, the 8th house is a bit of a secretive house. In proper solar astrology, it's governed by Scorpio, because it governs life, death, sex, universe, and all that sort of stuff. Things we cannot control is the point here. Now, when we come around to September, possibly before then, the focus with you guys is going to be on breaking situations that you currently do not have control over. So if there's a relationship that is on someone else's terms, this is either going to be built on or removed, because it comes under the spotlight. It comes under the cutting cord. You, with Saturn in your 11th house, up until now you've not had confidence. Up until now you've not had the necessary backup, the friendship, the fallback, the knowledge, call it what you will, has not been present. But as you go through 2015, that gradually starts to seep in. Now, depending where your sun is, if you're an early Aquarius, this comes in early. If you're born towards the end of Aquarius, then you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But the general trend for 2015 is breaking free of that which is no longer of use to you. Especially highlighted around relationships. They are highlighted very clear, very, very closely. But there is also the communication versus knowledge channel opened up. So as far as work is concerned, if work is causing you a problem, and work will be more highlighted as you go towards the mid of the year, as you go towards June, July time, work does become highlighted. And if you're in a job that is no longer for you, then there is the opportunity to really see through that situation and cut through that situation with truth. So the decision you make around that time will be based on truth, not based upon what you think it should be. So again, it gives you strength. 2015 is going to be a time, Aquarius, and lovely, lovely Aquarius, when you are going to be given a boost to put things in balance in your life that have been out. I feel for the last about year, 18 months, things that have come back onto the radar, knocked you back, come back, knocked you back, like a game of tennis. The game of tennis is now in its final days, and there's got to be a winner. And that winner, I feel, Aquarius, is now most certainly going to be you. Thank you so much for listening to me, and that is the forecast horoscope we got here for general 2015. Now, to get more involved in this, I do produce weekly updates as to what is happening, so we can come down a bit of a more of a microcosm. So please feel free to tune in there. www.gordonrobertspiritmedium.com is the website to get in contact with. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also, you can become a subscriber just by simply ticking the box as well, and that means we get the videos through to you as and when they get uploaded. Thank you once again so much for listening, and I wish you a wonderful, prosperous, happy, brilliant 2015.